Why, hello, everybody. I'm Shimmer, and today I wanted to start my guide by asking you a question. Have you found yourself wandering around Tamriel, tired and breathless, and it takes you forever to get from point A to point B, and you finally stumble across a quest giver, and you're really excited, and you go up and talk to him, and he's like, I want you to go kill 12 monsters. And you're like, okay, sure, why not? So then you pop out your map and you take a look at where he wants you to go, and then you're like, oh my god, it's so far away! I was like literally just there an hour ago! Ah! So then you pull out your map again to plot your course, and then you see it. She's picking up the same quest you are, only she's gonna be moving a lot faster, and that starts to tick you off. And then you're like, what the? Friends, I'm here today to help prevent moments like this from happening to you by bringing you a guide on mounts. I'll tell you how to get them, how to level the stats, what the stats do, how to customize the looks, and basically anything and everything you'll ever need to know about mounts in Elder Scrolls Online. As always, there will be time links in the About section, so be sure to check those, and let's get to it. So your first question might be, where do I get a mount? There are currently two ways you can get a mount in Elder Scrolls Online, and the first of which is with in-game gold. So we're first going to need to find a stable, and it will be indicated on your map by a horse head icon. You can find them in the main cities in each zone, and occasionally in a smaller town in the same zone like this one. So we're going to head over to Happy Healthy Horses because, well, it sounds delightful, and talk to the stable master. There are only 4 different mounts you can purchase in-game for gold, and every stable master you visit will offer the same 4 horses. The first 3 you'll see will cost 42.7k gold, and that's a lot of money. The last one only costs 10,000 gold, and that's a little bit more realistic for a brand new player. Here's a preview of all 4 of them. And the only difference between all 4 of these horses is their look. That's it. So if you don't care about looks and are tight on cash, stick with this Sorrel horse. It's cheap, it does its job, and it's just as good as all the other horses that are available. Now, if looks are important to you, or if you don't want to fork over all that in-game cash, then you might want to consider the only other way to get a mount in the game, and that is through the Crown Store. The Crown Store will offer mounts starting at 900 crowns, which is the equivalent of $9.50. Now, they'll have mounts other than horses available, such as guars, bears, wolves, tigers. There will also be some rare limited edition releases as well that won't be available later that you might want to get your hands on. Some will also have some really cool special effects. Now, also, you might want to take a look at some of these starter packs, like the Adept starter pack will come with a free horse in it. So for 1,000 crowns, you can get a pack full of XP potions and the horse, and also some of the DLC packs will come with a free mount. So consider that before purchasing your first mount. So now that you've purchased your mount, how do you find it or use it? Where does it go? You can't use a mount until you assign that mount to your character. So after you purchase your mount for the first time, you will get a notification that it has been added to your collections. So we're going to open our Collections tab by pressing U on the PC and navigating down to Mounts. This will show you all the mounts that you own, and it is account-wide, so if you make a new character, they will have access to all the same mounts. Now there's also a neat little feature that you can rename your mount. This is just for you, no one else can see this, but you can rename your mount to anything you'd really like. So this option is available to you, but again, not necessary. So to set an active mount, you either double click the one you want or hit E to set active. To mount, you'll press H on the PC, hold down the view button on Xbox, or holding the trackpad on PS4. Now, if this is your first time riding around on a horse, you may be a little disappointed that you're not moving very fast, or as fast as you expected. That's because you need to train your riding skill. You can see your riding skill by opening your character sheet, and you'll find it right here. And there'll be 3 stats. The first will be speed, and this will indicate the overall speed of your horse. Stamina, and much like your character in combat, when you block, it takes some of your stamina. The same applies to your mount. The more stamina stat, the more hits you can take before being dismounted or thrown off while running through enemy territory. It also determines how long you can sprint for, but don't sprint for too long. If you sprint through enemies with an empty bar, you'll go flying to the ground. The last stat will be carrying capacity. And inventory capacity will give you 1 additional inventory slot per point spent. So to train, we're going to go back to the Stable Master, the Riding Trainer tab, and you will see those 3 stats, each of which you can train up to 60 points max at 250 gold per point. So let's go ahead and increase our inventory, and you're going to see a countdown timer start. And if you get confused, you can also see this on your character sheet. You can only train 1 point every 20 hours, so yeah, this is going to take a long time. Training is not account bound, so if you have multiple characters, you will have to level their writing skill individually. So 3 stats at 60 points each, that's 180 days. If that's not quick enough for you, there are options in the Crown Store. You can purchase writing lessons in stacks of 10 for 1,000 crowns each. Now, there are no cooldowns on these, so you can use them as fast as you can click them. And you'll need to buy 6 of each of these in order to max it out, which is about 18,000 crowns total. You cannot mail or trade these, but you can pick them up out of the bank with an alt. Just to demonstrate, I have one in my inventory and I'm still on cooldown from the point I just spent, but I am able to use the book. So how fast you train up using the books depends on how fast of a clicker you are. When you raise each of these stats to 20, you will gain a visual effect on your mount. Raising your carrying capacity to 20 will give you these saddlebags. Stamina will give you a little bit of armor. And speed will give you these leather straps. Now on some mounts they may look a little different. The speed on like cat mounts, for instance, will have little leg straps instead of the leather straps, and the bags will be a little smaller. Now you can customize how your mount looks by going to Settings, Gameplay, and then going down to Items, and you can turn on or off each of these visual effects to customize the look of your mount. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope I was able to help you out a little bit. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub to stay up to date with the content I release, and have a great day!